our ultimate contribution, our ultimate product, is not just going to be an app. So we're good at that, Diego. And it's not going to be about delivering the absolute best weed in the world, which we have. We're here to stand for the clean cannabis movement.
Meet Michael Steinmetz, a pot entrepreneur who's trying to change the face of weed. Michael, what did you do before you got into the marijuana industry?
So originally, I'm an engineer by background. So I started off going to school at Carnegie Mellon University, then I worked at NASA for some time. After that, I moved into investment banking. Really quickly realized I didn't love that.
What attracted you to this industry?
I've always wanted to see it go mainstream in a different light than kind of stigma and stereotype around it.
Michael is the co-founder of a marijuana delivery service, Flocana.com.
What we really like is being called the Whole Foods of weed because we want to be kind of that higher echelon of quality. We're about 100% transparency. We connect patients directly with value-based farmers up in the Emerald Triangle, a place known in Northern California to have pretty much the best cannabis in the world. And we believe in getting really, really good medicine to patients. So you just go to flocana.com. Okay. You open up the app, you can browse our sample packs. So we have the active pack, you have the inspired pack, chill pack, Zen Master pack. And then when you click on one, it'll open up and it'll tell you a brief description of the plant. And it'll also show you who grew it. And then you can very easily, add it to your cart.
After an order is placed and processed, mason jars of marijuana are sent out by bike messenger to be delivered door to door as fast as a pizza.
When you work with us, we're going to do the best possible thing we can to give you the absolute best medicine, the absolute best customer service, and we want everybody to be totally wowed from the minute they use our app to the minute they get our package delivered to their home.
From pot delivery services to marijuana yoga sessions to high-end dinners featuring different strains of weed rather than wine, a new cannabis culture is emerging.
And I think we're going to start seeing cannabis start being more deeply integrated into social environments which you participate in. When you go to have dinner with your friends, you have a little glass of wine. Why wouldn't it be the case that you can order a joint?
And pot entrepreneurs like Michael are all trying to get into a game that they believe will explode once recreational marijuana becomes legal in California.
In this industry, this is a market that already exists, and it's just bad laws that were in the way.
Troy Dayton is the CEO of the ArcView Group, an investment and research firm devoted to the cannabis industry.
Once we were on the cover of Fortune, that's when a lot of the calls started coming, and over the last 2 years or so, we've seen about $41 million go to 54 companies.
While pot use is still illegal federally, 23 states and the District of Columbia have at least some form of legal medical marijuana. 4 states and D.C. have legalized it for recreational use. But legalization of recreational pot use in California could be a watershed.
California is all of these other states that have either moved forward legalization or contemplating legalization combined. We're the largest producer of marijuana in the nation. But the impact will be felt all across this country, as is typical of a state as large as ours in scope and scale.
How big do you see this industry getting?
Well, we predict that if cannabis was regulated like alcohol in all 50 states across the country, that we'd be looking at about a $36 billion market. That doesn't include all the ancillary businesses that surround it, which could probably eclipse that. In 2014, it really shifted out of just being an interesting cocktail conversation and into being a unique American dream kind of opportunity for a lot of people.
Up next, fine dining with a side of weed.
We're doing 4 courses, starting off with a medicated amuse-bouche before the 4 courses. And in between each course, we will be doing an intermezzo of cannabis joints.